Have you ever looked up the word laughter? I'm not talking about the definition, meaning. I mean really getting into laughter, what laughter is all about. What does it do for you? Why do we laugh? I don't know why we laugh. I suppose that's something the God people would know. But laughter is supposed to be just about the greatest medicine by a lot of authorities. And they give all the various reasons for it. Don't have the time for it here. It even includes muscle development, tickling the endorphins, all that kind of stuff. But if laughter is the best medicine, then St. Lucians should be the healthiest people in the world. We laugh at everything. An old lady falls, oh man, we crack up. Somebody falls from a coconut tree, we don't check to see legs broken, we'll laugh our heads off. We laugh and laugh and laugh. We even laugh at people's laughter. So why aren't we just about the healthiest people in the world? Maybe you can write and tell me about that. But there are things, that really beg us to laugh. And we don't. We take them very, very seriously. Example, watching television the other day, I heard our Prime Minister as the mover and shaker of this country. So you can measure how much moving and shaking is going on and decide if he really is. The Prime Minister had instructed the country never to vote for Alan Chasney or by any means bring his father near government. And why? Because he said, in effect, that they are spendthrifts and they would spend whatever little money the country has in no time at all. And I thought that was funny. Very, very funny. Because I seem to recall a short time earlier, well, not so short, but 97 elections, when John Compton said he was getting back into politics mainly because, having worked all of his life to keep St. Lucia out of the slavery, the sugarcane plantation type slavery that one of Kenny Anthony's relatives operated. He said, I wouldn't have given up my whole life fighting to keep St. Lucia out of Barnard hands and to just sit by and let another Barnard take over St. Lucia, which Kenny thought was very bad taste. Even I thought it was in very bad taste. Some people laughed. I didn't laugh. But when Alan Chasney comes back on television to respond and begins by saying, well, this is like the pot calling the kettle black. I cracked up because I wanted to know who was the kettle and who was black, who in this situation was kettle and who was black. You gotta laugh. I fell on the floor. And then the seriousness of the situation hit me. Okay, so we have two guys who have a penchant for spending money, because that's what Chasney was saying about Kenny Anthony, and he gave a list of things that made sense, how Kenny Anthony had wasted money and probably still is, getting programs that are unsustainable and so on. But even if you agree with Alan Chasney that Kenny Anthony is a spendthrift, and you agreed with Anthony that Chasney is a spendthrift, where are we? In deep doo-doo. And then there's the other coincidence. Two half-white guys, one calling the other black and the other one calling the other kettle or whatever it is. It's funny. It's funny and not laughable. I guess that's what it really is. Funny, but sick funny, if you get my drift. And we are stuck between these two half-white guys who call each other white, who call each other all kinds of names about kettles and pots and all that kind of stuff. And then you have situations like the Prime Minister saying that he doesn't know why the police want to complain that they're 80 members short. And he knew a number of countries that had very little crime and very few police officers. So what the heck? He says, talking about crime, he says, in 2011 you had a whole bunch of crime and you had a whole contingent of policemen and you still had the crime. So as far as Dr. Anthony is concerned, the size doesn't matter. Something to laugh at. Size doesn't matter. But seriously, maybe the reason the country that he knows has little crime and a small police force, maybe the reason you need a small police force in that country is because there's next to no crime. But whether in 2011 or now, we got loads of crime, a lot of crime, unexplained crime, crimes forgotten, murders, rapes, children getting raped, all that forgotten. Not a laughing matter. But they make a joke out of it. I guess what I'm really trying to say, St. Lucia, learn to laugh at yourself a little bit, but also learn to be angry when the joke is on you. In our next rant, we talk about the big walkout. How McGill Francis and Peterson Francis say bye-bye to Kenny Anthony. What's the real story? And what does Claudius really know?